So I was told age 41 I'd never get pregnant naturally. I had fibroids, I had cysts, I'd had a massive infection in my womb, rendering my right side, my right fallopian tube totally blocked, scarred and scarring all on my right side. And the doctor said, you'll never get pregnant naturally. IVF's not an option, you're too old. I'm just going to offer you surgery. I took my power back. So instead of listening to the doctor and, you know, I'm an advocate of integrated health here. I believe that it's important to hear what they say because they're like mechanics. They can see what's wrong with your car or your body. But I took my power back because I wasn't prepared to have that doctor decide when he put me under. These were his words. When you go into the operation and if I don't like what I see, I'm going to give you a hysterectomy. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to completely kill all my chances of ever conceiving. I was 41. I got pregnant naturally at age 44 and gave birth to our daughter age 45. I'm going to give you our story and what really changed it for us and how it can change for you too.
And like how you took your power back.
Yeah. So this was an all-time low for me. My dad had just died. We'd lost everything. We'd lost our business, our home. We'd been living in a tent.
Yeah. And we were on the verge of breakup because everything had just fallen apart and we kind of blamed each other a little bit.
And you know, if that happens to you, you think, are we really even supposed to be together? So first and foremost, I took my power back, and that came from a decision. My mum so we were living at my mum's at the time, and I kept getting the letter from the hospital, your operation is booked for this time, and she kept waving this bloody letter at me. And it used to really upset me. I was in tears one day with you and I was just like, I wish my mum wouldn't do that. I just don't know what to do. And you held my hand and you just said, just say no. And I was like, what? You just say no. Just say you're not going to do it. Give yourself some space. Give yourself some breathing space. And I was like, okay, I'm going to say no.
And jump on a plane with me to Costa Rica. That's another story. We won't go down there.
So I said no. For the first and foremost, I made a decision. I said, I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way through this. I'm not a big advocate of IVF anyway. Because I've heard so many shocking stories, so it wasn't a route that I particularly wanted to go, and they said it's not possible for you anyway. Viable. It's not viable. You've got too much scarring in your womb.
Not going to offer it to you because you're too old. Is what they said. That's what really got my goat.
So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of our story. So first and foremost, you're a big advocate of diet and supplements. So you just say like what we did.
From which point?
Just that point then.
Yeah, so we've been trying all kinds of different herbs to kind of help you with the pain side of things. We've been living in Costa Rica a little bit. Jules had come back, she'd been really sick. And I said, hey, let's go back there. They've got some great plant medicines there. We can get our hands on stuff that's grown fresh from the jungle. We haven't got to wait for it to be dried and transported. We can get you back on the noni, and let's just get your health back and get rid of the pain. So that was kind of my angle with Costa Rica, is I know where the plant medicines come from, and I know we can get our hands on them directly at the market, 5k from where we lived. So that was kind of my angle with like, let's get you on a plane let's get you well again.
And our animals were still there.
Oh, and our animals were still there. Yeah.
So it wasn't an option to stay in the UK. Our babies were still out there. So we did go back to Costa Rica and worked with some indigenous on some of the plant medicines. I just said, you can get all those medicines over here, but you were like, oh, I want them in the fresh form. I've been talking to people, and there was a major healing community.
And just to be away from the pressure of have the surgery.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only option. Like, just rip it out. Like, just to get you away from that, I just thought was really important.
Yeah, my mum was giving me a lot of pressure. Your mum's giving me a lot of pressure. They're both from nursing backgrounds, so it was like this is the only route forward, and I needed to take myself out of that in order to kind of find my own truth, my own authenticity. So first and foremost, that was the first thing we did. Consequently, we did come back from Costa Rica later that year because it just wasn't, there was a lot of pain out there for me. That's where I became seriously ill, and also that's where we lost all our money. And so I was just like, I need to go back to the UK now. I feel strong enough. I can face my mum. I can do this. So we came back to the UK. And I started to kind of regain my health a bit more, and we really got our diet really sorted. We were alkalizing. We kind of got back into a really good routine together. And but what was happening every month was I was ending up in A&E with major pain. You were taking me in the middle of the night. I was rolling around in pain because cysts kept bursting. And so we were like, what are we going to do? Like, this is just not going to happen. So
didn't you got put back on?
I got put back on the surgery list. So they insisted.
Back in the UK, back on the surgery list.
And then again, the pressure from my mum.
I wanted to flee on some level with you.
I at that point said, I'm going to be strong enough and make the decision again. No, I'm not going to do this. And we decided to look a little bit more deeper into my issues. I am trained in Chinese medicine, so I know the patterns around infertility, and I know the patterns in women's menstrual problems. So I started to delve deep into that and started to look at the patterns and remedy some of those patterns with making some lifestyle changes, having a good routine, making sure that I was not stressed. So reducing stress and having a good diet and having good habits, because good habits help your body feel safe. They help your body feel like a routine helps your body. So then we get to February 2019. So that was back in we came back to the UK in 2017. February 2019, life is just not going the way we wanted it. And there
was no kind of progress with the fertility side of things, was there?
We'd hit a brick wall.
Yeah, we'd hit a brick wall with it. When we felt like I'd felt like I'd exhausted everything that I knew with regards to kind of supplements, nutrition, giving your body the best chance. We've done a lot of research in that area, and you kind of done everything that you knew. So we're kind of like, we've researched loads, we've implemented loads, and everything we know we've done, and still we're hitting this brick wall. And that was when like the ultimate like frustration came over me, and came over you. Of just like, now what? Because I'm doing everything right. I'm doing everything that should work and provide
everything that's out
results
there around fertility is, was what we were doing. We reached out for some help from a couple that we had seen some of their work, and
we'd known about them for a while, hadn't we?
They're not based in infertility at all. They're way beyond. He's 70 odd.
They're 70 odd, and they're much further along.
Yeah, they're way beyond like infertility, but their work really interested us because we had been doing some work around family constellations and the holographic fields, kind of seeing like our life we kept going forwards and then hitting this brick wall in our life and nothing was happening, and it was like, we're high achievers, we've managed to achieve a lot in our life, and so it's not the fact that we don't take action, we action takers, and we make things happen, but we were hitting these invisible brick walls and it just wasn't seemed to be happening, and our relationship was really crumbling at that point.
Yeah there was a lot of internal clashes that we didn't understand,
some ferocious arguments.
Like we didn't understand where they were coming from. But they just kept coming up and getting like just almost like a fireball, just kind of building in intensity.
Some major arguments to the point where we stopped really communicating, I would say, having any conversation, and we're really close. We've never hold anything back, but at that point we were like, we weren't really communicating at all. It was kind of surface, like, stuff.
We were just coping, weren't we?
Yeah.
We were just kind of coping.
So we started to work with this couple, and they gave us this toolkit, and then we ran with it. We started to really learn, and what I discovered on the journey was that my relationship with my own mother I was subconsciously blocking my chances of getting pregnant because I didn't want to repeat the patterns of my childhood. I didn't want to be the mother that my mother was to me, and I didn't know how to change that, and it was so deep in my subconscious. I didn't know it was there, but I kind of always felt every time we went to take a step forwards in terms of being kind of healing the infertility, getting closer, it was like something was pulling us away again, and we were like, there was this knot that I couldn't seem to get beyond, and it revealed so much. This tool that we have, it's like it's looking at the non-physical blocks. That's all the way I can describe it, and it helps you identify them and then literally pull out the root. It's like weeding but taking the root out.
It's like a laser focus. You just pinpoint what it is, you identify it, you acknowledge it, and then like a root that you don't like a weed you don't want in your garden anymore, you just rip it out.
You pull the root out so it can't grow.
And it can't grow anymore. And you feel that physically, don't you?
Yeah.
What's interesting is you felt that physically.
Yeah.
And I felt that physically as well.
Yeah. And so that was February 2019, and I became I got pregnant naturally in September 2019. Found out I was pregnant in the October. I was a bit like, something's not right.
And this is why when we're working with our clients through the non-invasive method, and we get to this part, and we say that the last chapter of Juliet's fertility journey was non-physical. They go, what? What do you mean? Like, that doesn't make sense. So this is why we're doing this video, really. It's just to kind of give you that nugget. The last part of Juliet's chapter was non-physical, as in we felt like we'd done everything physical. We felt like we'd implemented everything physical that we possibly could. And the only place for us to go was constellations, the mapping, the subconscious kind of blocks that were hanging out there, the ancestral, the generational blocks, which we'll go into.
Yeah, and what gets ignited when like age things can get ignited. So if you think about it, like age 40 for women now is young, but go back 3 or 4 generations, that was quite old. And so there's a seed that gets ignited for us around aging. You've only got to look at it. It's like we don't have to age anymore. There's so much modern medicine and stuff around to kind of stop us looking old, but those seeds in our DNA still grow. So you hit 40 and it's like, oh, that seed gets watered, it gets sunlight, starts to grow. Oh, you're too old. Oh, you know, you haven't got any eggs left. Your eggs are old. You're perimenopausal. You know, all those things get ignited, and those thought processes, unless you know how to tackle them, which is one, you need to change the belief. You have to take those legs away from that belief. But also there's a non-physical thing in terms of let's remove that seed so that it can't grow anymore. And that's all that we do.
Yeah, it's very simple, very, very simple.
But it's
like the seed of doubt, basically. And it's not always in your brain. It can be in your stored in your body, stored in your cells, trapped in your lineage. A trigger point that maybe happened for your mother, her mother's mother, her mother's mother, and so on, up to 7 to 10 generations back. And we just laser point it. There's the seed. Acknowledge it. Okay, let's take that out. And it's just as simple as taking a stone out of your shoe that's been in there your whole life. You never knew it was there. Take the stone out of your shoe. Oh, I'm not in pain anymore. I feel lighter. I can run again. Like, everything changes physically because you take that seed of doubt, that stone out.
So if you're 40 and you're over 40 and you're trying to conceive and you're like, oh, I'm doing all the diet, or you don't even know what to do, first action is go to the link below, and in the link will be a link to go and get my blueprint, my preconception blueprint. So it's everything that I was doing, diet, lifestyle, supplements, everything I was doing, so that you can get your body in the state of kind of readiness. So start there, get my preconception blueprint.
There's a training on your blueprint as well.
Yes.
Because just reading it, you're going to go, oh, I don't understand why you're doing that. So there's a free training on that as well, so you can understand why and how to implement. Yeah,
why I do what I do, why I still do it. You know, even Lyra's 20 months old, I still stick to that because it's what keeps my cycle regular. It what keeps me grounded, and it was what stops me from going into negative spirals, because you know, I've suffered from depression, eating disorders, major anxiety, and it's what keeps me kind of level.
It's also what keeps Juliet looking no more than 25 when she's at least 20 years more than that physically.
47.
But she doesn't look 47. She looks in her 20s.
Yeah, I want to be physically active, health-wise, for my daughter. You know, we run around together. So I want to be that, you know. Yeah, I am an older mum, but it's a perfect time for me to conceive because I am in the mindset of who I want to be as a mum. It's a perfect time for me was the perfect time for me to conceive. So look, if you're struggling and you want to take your power back and you want to use a method that's natural without having to go into intrusive examinations and tests, and you want to improve your fertility naturally, and you want to stop obsessing and you want to adopt this it's a perfect time to conceive mindset, go to the link below, grab my blueprint, make a start there.
Yeah, look forward to helping you out and chatting with you soon, guys. Grab the blueprint. That's going to get you going. That's going to help you. That's going to start to shift your mindset. And we look forward to serving you and helping you in the future.
Yeah.
Take care for now.
Bye.